What's going on, folks? As you know, I'm Nick, the voice and host of DingerBros Media. Today, we're here on some very historic land for our post-MLB weekly update feature. So, what makes this land historic, you might ask? And that is because we are in colonial Williamsburg, Virginia, where much of the American Revolutionary and Civil War was fought on. So, the question is, of course, what exactly does this have to do with baseball? And, well, it has a lot to do with it. As we know, many men were fighting during the wars, and they want to get their minds off of the tragedies and horrors of the fighting. So, what did they do? They came together as a family, as friends, and they played recreational sport. And we can assume that baseball was among one of those sports. So, baseball was actually first played in 1846. Now, during the American Civil War, it was going on around the year 1862. So it's very reasonable to say that these young men were actually playing baseball. And believe it or not, they did not always call it baseball. They considered it to be called town ball, goal ball, and rounders until they eventually reached the name of baseball. Very interesting, I know. Now, I would absolutely 100% say that the great game of baseball was played on this beautiful, wide open landscape. Now, if you guys actually went to the Baseball Hall of Fame, you could actually see the equipment that these young men used during the war. It's actually a really cool sight to see, so I would really suggest that you check it out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another DingerBros video. Look, this place has so much rich, pure history that it is impossible not to record. This is a very beautiful landscape, and there's so much to learn about it. Once again, thank you guys so much. The feature's not done yet, so stay tuned for some visuals. And remember, keep your eye on the ball and your love for the game.
And we are back from our Virginia trip that was full of beautiful baseball history. And we are not only back home, we are back to our beloved studio. As many of you know, I'm Nick, and this is your MLB Weekly Update. If you are new to the DingerBros' content, hit the subscribe and like button down below. Let's stir up the crock pot. The good old Mets and Yankees have the best records in the AL and NL. They are on absolute tears, and the wins keep on coming. Who knows? Maybe we will get to see these two teams fighting for it all in late October. Keep an eye out. Yadi stole a bag. He had a big smile on his face while receiving a standing O. Big man was on the move. Check this out.
Yadi is running on the 0-2. Throw down to second. And did he stay on the bag? He did! It's a stolen base for Yadier Molina.
Ronald Acuna's return had the fans very ecstatic and full of positive energy. This was something different. It was a different breed, a different animal. Take your pick. This will bring a smile to any baseball fan's face.
If it's close, yeah. And listen to the crowd in Atlanta. Welcome Ronald back.
Now, the frequent question has been, is it Wainwright or Bumgarner? Some truly can't tell. Adam Wainwright is constantly getting mistaken for his lefty friend, Madison Bumgarner. Now, you tell me, isn't there a big resemblance? Now, to the more controversial side of things, let's start with the crazy brawl. Benches were cleared as tension between the Mets and the Cardinals were through the roof. These men are passionate about their game, and sometimes things get hectic. So all you can do is watch and take it with a grain of salt.
And it's up and in, and you had to know that was coming. And here we go. You knew something was going to happen, and here it is. Both benches empty, and they are really going at it now. This has been brewing.
MLB has suspended Trevor Bauer for 2 years after all of his allegations. He was a great thrower, and we will see what happens in his future. Moving on to some eye-opening stats. For pitchers, the lowest ERA is held by Pablo Lopez of the Marlins with an outstanding .39. and Carlos Rodon of the Giants has 38 strikeouts. Woo! Now, for the batters, Anthony Rizzo of the Yankees has 9 moonshots. 3 of those were actually hit on the same day, which is incredibly rare. And Eric Hosmer of the Padres has a very strong batting average of .415. That was actually my batting average in T-ball. And last but not least, the full DingerBros staff witnessed a great New York sports story. The Mets pitched a combined no-hitter in their 3-0 win against the Phillies. This is the first no-hitter since 2012. What an absolute show. It was a pleasure to watch. We have a live reaction on TikTok. If you would like to see it, please go ahead. That puts the fold on the burrito for us. Thanks for tuning in. As we like to say here at DingerBros, keep your eye on the ball and your love for the game. I'm Nick, and I'll see you guys next week for another MLB Weekly Update.